We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
There's more to imagine when you listen, so let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
Do you guys remember where he is now?
Yes, Wisconsin.
No.
Co-defensive coordinator.
Yes. Which...
You're a cheese one, Alex Grinch.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of September 1st, 2024. Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy week one, everyone. One and all. Much football was played. We will talk about a slice of it because if we talked about everything, good God, we'd be here for 6 hours. And I think all of us are exhausted for many reasons. This is going to be a absolutely bonkers podcast because we're all running on little sleep and we've all had lots of things to do this weekend. So it's going to be a combination of us telling each other stories about games we missed and talking about all the wild stuff that happened in between. As always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, and Pitt Girl. And Arthur will be here eventually. I don't know where Arthur is. We'll find out.
I have no idea.
Commish, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Just want to know, baby. Want to know. That's right. Want to know. That's all that matters. Want to know.
What do teams who are 0-1 say? Do they also say, okay, next week want to know?
Sure.
0-1, baby. 0-1. That's all that matters. 0-1.
So it's a mulligan. Just got to throw it out. Just a mulligan.
We have lots of mulligans to talk about.
Yes.
Pitt Girl, how are you?
I'm good. It is funny that you said that we are running on very little sleep because obnoxiously Pit Boyfriend and I returned from the wedding that we were attending. And I basically, as soon as we got home, I just immediately face planted in our bed and then took a nap that was probably longer than advisable. But I don't have to work tomorrow, so it's fine.
Wonderful. Beth, how are you?
I left for the game yesterday prior to 6 a.m. I arrived home from the game yesterday after midnight today. Oof. I have come unstuck in time and I don't know where I am or even who I am at this point. So I would say it's a successful week one.
Is that why she's floating right now? Am I the only one that sees that? Like she's just floating in the ether?
I'm floating.
What?
Yeah, totally floating.
Okay.
She's unstuck from time.
Commish is taking the bad mushrooms tonight. This is going to be fun.
I was trying to make a joke that she was unstuck in time and nobody got it.
Oh,
sorry. No, okay. Sorry.
Everybody's so tired to get the unstuck
Give me
in
a map
time.
to all jokes tonight.
Perhaps Commish is secretly inside the giant Roomba in Las Vegas getting hotboxed on fireworks smoke with 60,000 other people.
I remember when they
thought that inside fireworks.
Look, I remember when this happened. I was in the Superdome when they lit the roof on fire.
That's right.
With fireworks. And they had to
Jesus
ban
Christ.
them from interior domes, and they stopped doing it for a while. And then all of a sudden, it's like, fuck it, we're doing it again.
I mean, I think inside fireworks are fine. I just have questions about the HVAC system inside the giant Roomba. If the smoke is still hanging around with not very much of the third quarter left.
See, and that's the thing. It's why you need to have a really strong HVAC system in your interior buildings, like the Carrier Dome.
Why indoor fireworks, y'all? Like, we
'Cause
don't
they're
need to
cool?
do this.
Viva Las
they?
Vegas.
That's I can't imagine what LSU fans have done to Las Vegas. I just imagine there's going
Is
to be a
it possible
smoking crater.
that Vegas has done something to LSU fans?
No, I can't believe anything would act upon them.
I saw a clip on Twitter today of 2 trumpeters and like a whole casino of LSU fans playing and singing Neck.
Yep. I will give credit to Bunky Perkins, friend of the program. This is a tweet from him a couple hours ago. Quote, I once went to Vegas for a bachelor party with a bunch of LSU alums. One of them woke up after night 1 on the loading dock of the Chris Angel Magic Show. I can't imagine what those people did to this town this weekend.
I mean, they were playing Neck inside a casino.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was just what was safe to show on the internet.
That's the problem, right? Is that there are some things that, I mean, I don't think you can bet on Russian roulette in Vegas, but not on the Strip at least. But do you think there's like underground like alligator cage fights that LSU fans have found?
There are now.
In Vegas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
You can do anything in Vegas.
would they bring the alligator fights from Louisiana to Vegas?
I assume so. You can do anything in Vegas. I know where to find one fucking dead gator.
Ayo!
He's
You
not.
don't have the
He's
soundboard.
not
I would
quite
tell you
dead.
to hit the like blah 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 button.
Yeah,
He's
sorry.
on vacation.
I don't have any
He doesn't have
soundboards.
the soundboard today. Okay, we got to make this soundboard. I was waiting.
Yeah, I am sorry. I am in Houston. I've been visiting friends. I have been doing my best to stay on top of things as well. So this is going to be a fun one. Like I said, we're going to be telling each other stories about things that happened. The way we sort of want to break this down is like, what were the... It's hard to even cover week 1 because there's all these huge things where everyone's just jumping over and like creating these huge stories based on nothing. I do have a huge story that I would like to start with, if that would be okay.
Yes.
And that is 12-win Vandy is my prediction now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Was that the best game of Saturday?
It's
One of the best, if not the best.
I spent the rain delay listening to the Blitz on my phone in sort of a cluster of West Virginia fans as people approached me and asked for stickers. And we were having a much better time doing that than at any other point during that day.
What does it feel like to be emotionally invested in a Vanderbilt football outcome, everyone?
Kind of good, actually.
It was wild.
So I missed this game in its entirety. I was following it very loosely on Twitter, but as I mentioned earlier and also on the last show, I was at a wedding this weekend. And so the only game that I actually sat down and watched and meaningfully engaged with after Thursday this weekend was the Pitt game. I can't wait to find out what else happened this weekend. But I did see, especially in the first half, because I had a friend who was also in the wedding come by and we were getting ready together, as you do. I did see that Vandy was up significantly at the beginning of this game, and ACC Twitter was sort of, pointing and laughing at VT. And then I found out at like 11 o'clock last night that game had gone to overtime.
Yeah. So this game ends up being Vanderbilt 34, Virginia Tech 27 in OT because of a missed last-second field goal by Vandy. It just sailed wide. And the best part was on the blitz, where our friends kept mentioning that, like, oh yeah, Virginia Tech, dark horse, like ACC champion contender, over and over again.
Oh my
just to
God.
drive this one home. And also kept reminding us that it was 2-10 Vanderbilt.
Yep. I believe that's 1-0 Vanderbilt.
That's right.
This
One in a row. One in a row.
That's right.
Our boy Diego Pavia, fresh off of his New Mexico State tour in Vandy, just got put in the video game a couple days ago.
Yep. Oh, I mean, there's going to be so many Vandy dynasties now.
So was last year his gap year, or is this year his gap year?
There's no gap.
This is his Rumspringa.
He's going to Nashville. So he goes from Albuquerque to Las Cruces.
Yes, to Las Cruces.
Yeah, he's from Albuquerque to Las Cruces. Then he leaves Las Cruces to go to Nashville, and he's on his bachelorette party time in Vandy right now.
This is like
his party.
It's his
rolling
version
around on a pedal pub by himself.
Yeah, he's pedal pubbing across Europe. He's like hopping from hostel to hostel. It's either that or Quantum Leap, and I can't decide which.
The thing is, like Jerry Kill and his offensive coordinator Tim Beck, not that one, the other Tim
Not
Beck.
that one.
Yeah, there's Tim Beck. There's two of them involved in football. You got to make sure you get the right Tim Beck. But the offensive coordinator got hired by Vandy. Jerry Kill basically retires from head coach at New Mexico State. Gets hired at Vandy as an analyst.
What, special assistant to the head coach, whatever it is.
That's like special assistant to the head coach, analyst, or whatever. And then Pavia transfers. I don't know if that was the order, but like all three of them like left Las Cruces. Leaving Las Cruces, and then they go to Nashville, and it's just like he's trying to become a country star. Diego Pavia at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, what's?
Can Jerry Kill's new title just be Diego Pavia Whisperer?
So Diego Pavia goes 2 for 16 for 190 yards and 2 TDs. He also has 26 carries for 104 yards.
No. You said 2 for 16.
12 for 16, my bad. 12 for 16.
Okay, because I was just about to have some questions.
12 for 16, 190, 2 TDs.
Okay. That makes, I would love to know how you could go 2 for 16 with 190 yards, though. I want to see that.
He also
2 95-yard bombs. Let's fucking go.
I feel like our secondary could allow that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Don't you worry.
Ooh.
No, we just did. We're good now.
Y'all made Drew Aller look like a good quarterback, and that's really something. I know. Diego Pavia also ran for 104 yards.
We did it again.
God damn. Vandy looks fun and feisty, which I think we've always said on this show is all we want out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Auburn fans are starting to be like seriously worried.
I'm not worried. I'm excited.
This is an opportunity.
That's right. This is an opportunity, folks.
And if you're Auburn, a opportunity.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I'm going to have you not make a graphic for Vandy this year.
No, I'm not going to touch it. No. I'm not going to look at it.
Like with your 12-win Vandy prediction, playoff Vandy would happen if they get 12 wins, by the way. That would be playoff Vandy. If they do that, but pump the brakes a little bit, but fun Vandy is what we want. I mean, like feisty Vandy. I want like Vandy. Just give me some life of the party Vandy. Like they just show up like Diego's here. Let's go.
Commish, can you tell me Diego Pavia's quote about this game?
Oh my God, this was great. Like, so after the game, let me see where it is on the notes because we're way out of order here.
Oh,
so
we're gonna take this out of order, my friend.
Oh, okay, well, whatever. Because I had it kind of set up to have a theme for the podcast, but whatever. All right. So Vandy quarterback Diego Pavia, after beating Virginia Tech in overtime, someone said, "I'm a poor man's Trace McSorley. When you stop me, then you can talk."
I love it.
Get their asses, Diego.
Fuck yeah,
Hit me
get
with
their
a shovel,
asses.
Diego Pavia. Hit me in the face with a shovel, Diego Pavia.
Do we think that he will sneak into Tennessee Stadium and piss on the tee?
I hope so.
Oh no.
I hope so.
Then escape by boat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Just swim away.
I don't know, man. Just
He's gonna have to make sure he's a bad teammate, so it's hard to tell.
Well, Commish, you have a theme here. Help me with your theme, Commish. What are we doing?
okay.
What's our theme?
I was trying to sell this week here because this week a lot of things like went wrong, and you went through a lot of different like emotions as a fan, and but somehow you came out the other side and you survived and you made it. And so I wanted to dub this week the trials and tribulations of week 1. Like just going through it. The FCS teams scaring the ever-living shit out of the FBS teams.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to go through that first because that's what I felt like the theme was. I just wanted to do that. Just the feisty FCS teams scaring the shit out of the FS team to very.
Let's talk about the fucking Western Carolina Catamounts.
Yes,
absolutely making again. By the way, ACC, you have not acquitted yourself well this weekend. I'd forgotten that I was on the ACC slander bandwagon the last 2 years. I am back on the ACC slander bandwagon again because I think the funniest thing I put out this weekend was my j'accuse with the ACC.
that was pretty good.
That was very good.
Did you know somebody replied to that? This had to be the Dartmouth fucking alum.
Yeah. Look, man, it was. You know what? It's not. God damn it. God,
Jordan, you're not beating the allegations, and you're never going to.
Yeah, but I'm also capable of posting that.
I mean, we all are.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
That's the thing, folks, is that like I have the Dartmouth degree, whatever, but I've also surrounded myself with some really fucking brilliant, nerdy people as well who can out nerd me and out brilliant me most of the time. So I catch the heat for it, but these fuckers in front of me are way bigger nerds than I could ever be sometimes. Truth. Western Carolina Catamounts scared the shit out of NC State.
Yeah. I mean, just terrified. There was a moment where Grayson McCall hit a pass on 3rd down, and you could see the entire stadium breathe like a joint sigh of relief because Western Carolina was just, I mean, taking it to him. Like, it was just like, what are you doing, NC State? What is going on? NC State, what is happening?
Grayson McCall didn't look great, and that worries me. Like, some of his passes looked like fucking turkeys. It was not great.
He shaved his mullet. Of course he's not good anymore.
Well, it's growing back. So, like, he cut it, and so he's still not at full power. So he's ramping up.
The last time somebody tried that, they pulled the house down on top of themselves. This never ends well.
No. So there was a time where, it started the 4th quarter and Western Carolina was up 21-17 here. And so this is where your fans really start to get the nerves, but then they get a big play to convert a 3rd down, and like the sigh of relief happens, and then like NC State just like rolls from that point. Like this one like 3rd and 10, the very last pass of the third quarter, converts it for a first down, and then they hit a 35-yarder, and they started to roll at that point. So breathe, NC State fans, breathe. You're alive.
What really annoyed me about this weekend, I think, was that we had some folks, it was not just in our mentions, but like all over, saying that because it was kind of a chalky weekend, like in the end, most of the people that were supposed to win won, but that does not tell the story. Like, you look at that NC State Western Carolina score, what did it end up being?
38-21.
Okay, that is such a goddamn lie.
It is.
Like 38-21 sounds like this thing was in the bag. There was space. It was not.
It was not.
Like, it was not. And so a lot of these, like, you can look at the end and people are going, well, this is just chalky. This is, expected to win. Y'all, people were on one in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about the outcome. We've said this over and over again. Because I guarantee you, NC State is 1-0. They don't feel good.
Oh, no. This is don't look at me. I'm hideous.
Mm-hmm.
This is they went through a lot of distress. They were suffering through this entire loss. Just nothing but misery and misfortune. I guarantee you they were like, woe is me. Why is this happening to us? We had such high hopes and dreams for the season, and it's all crashing down in week 1, which it's happened to some other teams. But
that's the epitome of like, oh, I'm going to start dieting. It's the new year. I'm going to like get everything right. I ate a whole cake on January 1. Oh no. I'm hideous.
So I have an important question for you guys about this game.
Yeah.
Did you like Western Carolina's offense?
I did.
We did, and I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Did you know where their offensive coordinator from last year is now?
Yeah.
There's a hint. There's a hint. It
Beth,
could be somewhere in Western
know?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
it could
perhaps.
be.
Oh, is it Teal? He went to
Teal College. That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm really excited about that. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Bobby Moe. He said Bobby Moe now.
Weekend.
He moved to Bobby Moe.
That explains things in a different game.
It does, but that's listed too.
I didn't want to jump ahead because you have a theme.
Exactly.
Yes, I know. I just want to this is what I want to start with, and then we could just roll for the rest of the
That's fine.
thing. So.
North Dakota State, Colorado. Hey, Colorado, you survived it.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders, once again, spending way too much time under distress. That O-line is not better.
Shedeur has gotten better at getting rid of the ball quicker.
That
is true. Because he's gonna need it a lot.
So it's a young age to discover your own mortality, and I respect that.
I will say this: some of the offensive lineman accounts that we follow, like Jeff Schwartz and Cole Kubelik, they said that the O-line basically is not, I guess, like on the same page, which I mean is understandable because they're all not necessarily together for the longness, right?
Right.
I mean,
they're brand new.
They're still trying to gel. So there's some of the pressures where just like they have it covered, but like the center's panicking and going this way and to help when he didn't need to, and like some other stuff going on. So I mean, really, just a crazy game.
This was so much fun because North Dakota State really just dared them to stop them and ran at their heads, and it was great. I had so much fun watching this because it was so just exactly what we wanted from this game. North Dakota State just daring Colorado to stop them. And it was that thing of, what was it? Colorado scored in like 40 seconds or whatever. Like every time they had the ball, they would just score immediately. Didn't matter because North Dakota State was just going to get the ball back and just do the same thing to them. It was beautiful.
Yeah, this one, I'm not going to get into the refs at the end with the time and spotting. And I mean, it's just North Dakota State had other chances. So
a targeting call that might have needed to be called.
Again, it's like, but North Dakota State had chances to like put it away, and they had to like settle.
They
And
did,
yeah.
and they absolutely should have capitalized, but also that was like a criminal amount of time that was allowed to just roll off the clock and nobody caught it. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
North Dakota State's got to learn if you can't let those small market Big 12 teams stay in the game. You got to shut them out.
Gotta capitalize when you got the chance. So I mean that's again, if you're a Colorado fan and you listen to us, which we have a few that are
really.
Look, we have Colorado fans like that are actual Colorado fans from the years before.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got
okay.
pre-Dion Colorado fans.
Pre-Dion Colorado fans listen to us, which we appreciate that. And,
For those
and
years in which we were the only ones covering them.
Again, I'm the one that blew my Fubo trial to watch you beat Cal. All right,
That's right.
That is the Commish did that. I have that in my Colorado legacy because I felt Colorado this was their only chance to win, and I was right. So, I have Colorado cred. So, the next one is Sacramento State at San Jose State, which was the nightcap on Thursday night, which was ridiculous. I'm like, this one was
so
late. So it was the San Jose State test. I think we did that. So Sac State was in the game. They were leading at some point, and San Jose State could just not catch them. But San Jose State did finally catch them, and then took a lead. But then the very next play, which was the kick return, Sacramento State player got hurt, which I've read that he's okay. He fumbled on the kick return at the same time. Then San Jose State took it in the next possession for a score. And that was kind of like all she wrote. But this was late. This was a Ken Niumatalolo offense. If you want to take a guess and tell me, how many rushing yards do you think a Ken Niumatalolo offense had in his first game as the head coach of San Jose State?
So Ken was like at Navy, they had to have rushed for like 300, 400 yards, right?
You would think, right? Does anybody else have a guess?
2 yards.
2 yards of rushing. She's like, I'm going low.
$1.
Right.
$1.
That's right.
387 yards of rushing.
There you go.
Okay. So at one point in the fourth quarter, they had 18 yards of rushing. But they finished with 31 rushing attempts for 63 yards. 2 yards a carry.
That's not much at all.
So Sac State, they had 5 turnovers. San Jose State had 3. So this was a game that Sac State probably could have won if they cleaned up a few of those mistakes. How many passing yards do you think San Jose State had? Ken Niumatalolo, known for his passing.
Like 500.
Yeah, this has to be like some stupid number, like 400.
11.
Okay, no, it was 324 passing.
Okay.
So he had a 300-yard passing game. They threw the ball 35 times. They ran the ball 31 times. One worked, one did not. But balance. I just want to give a shout out to San Jose State. Their offense, their coordinator that they hired, the name of the offense, I love it so much. It is called the Spread and Shred offense.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think somebody replied to that tweet when I named it, and somebody just said, that's what she said. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. You said that. Whatever.
I'm just envisioning this on one of those like 90s ass t-shirts with like the claw marks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
With a Taz and a backwards hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's very no fear.
Yes. No fear. It is a bumper sticker. Or that thing right next to where Calvin is pissing on the Chevy or Ford symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Spread and shred.
Idaho State was feisty for a bit against Oregon State. Oregon State pulled away. This one was less. This one was of the two Oregon versus. Just say this right. Two of the state of Oregon versus the state of Idaho games. This one got out of hand early in terms of Oregon State on the CW. The one that did not, however, was Idaho at Oregon. The Ducks had a bad time with the Vandals, y'all.
They did. I'm absolutely confused as hell by this box score. I'm just gonna say that. I am really, really, really confused by this box score because the stats that Oregon put up,
wild numbers.
Just does not match the points whatsoever. So let's see here. Oregon versus Idaho. The final score was 24-14, which it was 17-14 late in the fourth. And it was just like, is Oregon really going to do this? But it was nuts. So Oregon had 380 yards passing, and they had 107 yards rushing. Idaho only had like a total of 217 yards. And they threw 2 interceptions. So, and like Oregon only turned the ball over once. Like how it's
doing so little with so much. That's impressive.
I mean, like Dylan Gabriel threw the ball 49 times for 380 yards and 2 TDs.
This game is the spiritual version of when you saute spinach. And you put so much spinach into the pan and nothing comes out. And you're like, how did I get this little food out of this much stuff? That doesn't make any sense.
They put a whole pile of Oregon green duck spinach in there.
And you ended up with like a tablespoon of food.
Like, this
Congratulations.
Is all I got left after.
Congratulations, Oregon. You are a sad wet leaf.
Oregon's got like a wasting disease. This is awful.
It's just like the spinach image is now going to be burned in my head. Like they just
Beth, that might be one of the best analogies you've ever made. It's evocative. It's so evocative.
Hey, let's just get some spinach. We got a giant.
Can we make it into a graphic?
Yes. You know what? I can do that. Fuck yeah, I can.
We got a 12-inch skillet, and we're just throwing nothing but fresh spinach in there.
Oh, I got like one of those big those big tubs of it. And at the end, I've got like nothing.
Ooh. Sorry.
Go
Live ongoings in USC LSU.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Actually, on USC or what?
LSU has acquired the ball.
Oh, okay.
A game
in very funny fashion.
Oh yes, it went like straight up and then back down.
If I'm a Red Raider fan, a Texas Tech Red Raider fan, I'm happy that there was so much else going on that no one saw me do what I did. I'm going to read a score to you and see if this rings true. Because Pitt Girl, I don't know that you even knew all this.
I did not know this. I'm looking only at the show notes and I am horrified.
Texas Tech 52, Abilene Christian 51 in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah, again, the trials and tribulations, they were on full display in Lubbock. Lubbock fans, Red Raider fans are just like, oh my God, what the hell? Oh, we can't stop them. What happened to our defense?
Abilene Christian found some good shit in the supplement aisle at CVS, I guess.
So I found out after the game, a lot of the people and players and coaches, from the previous regime at Texas Tech, which their coach now has only been there for 2 or 3 years, I think.
Right.
Went to Abilene Christian. And
Okay.
so it's kind of they had this circle. The quarterback they had for Abilene Christian was a former Texas Tech.
This is like a mirror match. Okay.
So this was just like revenge, and we are going to get revenge on our former employer. Or I'm sorry, they're not employees. I'm sorry, they're not.
They are student athletes there to get
I'm
education.
sorry, I don't even know why you get education at a technical college out in Lubbock, Texas. But yes,
some fun facts about this game: total yards, Abilene Christian 615, Texas Tech 539. Passing yards, Abilene Christian 506, Texas Tech 378. Yards per play, Abilene Christian 7.2, Texas Tech 7.3. That is a first down. That's
Cliff
2/3 of
Kingsbury
a first
defense
down
right there.
Oh my God, y'all.
Worth noting before we go any further that obviously we're sending best thoughts to the folks at Abilene Christian who were in the bus accident last night. We
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, there was a bus accident for the team on the way back. It sounds like it's just minor injuries, but even so, drunk driver situation.
Oh fuck that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I just didn't want to let it pass without saying obviously
Thank
best
you.
thoughts to everybody. Get home safe.
Sure.
There were hardly any turnovers in this game either. It was just like pants on fire the whole time.
Nobody could stop either side. And
Nope.
and the thing is, I'm going to give a shout out to Abilene Christian because I love that they did this. They went to overtime, which they had a chance to win it, and their play calling like inside the 5, and then they had to settle for like a 20-some-odd yard field goal or a 20-yard field goal to send it in the OT. They had like 3 shots to win it with like 13 seconds left on like inside the 5, and they just couldn't punch it in. But again, trials and tribulations in Lubbock, just everywhere. Just they get the touchdown, and instead of kicking the extra point to go to double OT and tie, they decide to go for 2. And I loved it.
Which is the correct answer. This was the correct thing to do.
You are the smaller school. You don't want to like end it. You got a chance to end it. End it. So they went for the 2, and it seemed like his first 2 reads were like covered, or I don't know if it was a delayed quarterback draw, but Texas Tech got there, got a sack. There was I was like, I thought for sure there was a flag because it looked like there was an object that went flying across the screen. And I thought for sure it was a flag. And then I slowly realized it was a tortilla. I was like, what was that white object? Like, it didn't make any sense. I was like, what is it? Was that a flag? And I was like, holy shit, that was a tortilla. It took me a little while, but they still had tortillas left after scoring 52 points. They come prepared. I'm sure they got like the 40-pack of tortillas.
You know what they always say? Like the refs have one flag, and if they see a second thing, they got to drop the hat.
That's right.
A third thing, I guess, at Texas Tech, you toss the tortilla.
There's a bean bag involved in there somewhere. So the fourth
for fumbles, I believe. Yeah.
The bean bag is for the fumbles, and the tortilla is for the celebration victory.
Another Texas team that had some troubles. Texas State 34, Lamar 27.
I'm going to give myself credit here.
Yeah.
Because I talked with the Lamar coach at Southland Media Days.
Oh, so, yes, you did this.
I did speak with head coach Pete Rassamundo. We talked about his 1993 Boston University team, and they gave Texas State all they could handle. And you kind of thought like Texas State had this. Texas State was up 18-0 in the first half. But oh no, here comes the Lamar Cardinals. It's 21-10 after the third. Then it's 21-17. Texas State gets another one. I'm okay. It's 28-17. Then it's 34-17. You think it's over. Oh, it's not. Lamar, it makes it 34-24 with 4:11 left. And guess what? They get an onside. They kick a field goal. They get an onside kick with 37 seconds remaining to tie this. So they get the ball, but they just can't go down and score with 37 seconds remaining. I think the last play was it a turnover? No, they got the onside kick. They went 4 and out. They got 9 yards. They couldn't get the first
close.
down. It was close.
Mm-hmm. So Commish, do you want full credit for it? Do you want partial credit for it? I'm trying to decide how I'm going to update the scoreboard.
What do you mean?
Well, you said you wanted credit, so yeah. I'm just trying to decide how much credit.
Do you get full or partial for this?
I mean, I spoke with him, so I need to get some sort of credit, right?
Commish has shown his work. I think this is a partial credit situation.
Okay,
I think so.
All right, I'll update that. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Louisiana Tech 25, Nichols 17.
Yeah.
Another weird one. La Tech, isn't great. They were, they have been on a bit of a slide lately.
Yeah.
Nichols gave them fucking hell for a while. This did come down to the fact that La Tech turned the ball over 5 times.
Yeah.
Through 3 interceptions and lost the ball twice to fumbles. Mm-hmm. That's gonna hurt you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Commish is not shedding a tear here.
No, I mean it's fine. Nichols won the Southland last year.
Yes.
So they won the Southland Conference and they were feisty. La Tech was up 25-10. Then Nichols makes it 25-17. Then again Nichols has a drive to tie it, and they were able to stop him. Like Nichols goes 4 plays and -6 yards, so they survive. Again, another like Rustin was like, no, this can't be happening to an in-state FCS team. That's got to be the worst.
Robert Morris at Utah State. Bobby Moe goes across country for this game. Commish, I saw this tweet. Commish, could we call him Bobby Moe, Robert Morris? Commish tweeted Booby Moe.
That's right, I did.
And he used our edit powers that we're not supposed to use because editing tweets is bad. We don't do that here.
I did it. I was like, if you saw that, you didn't see it. It didn't happen. I did not call him Booby Moe.
Beth, I have a business idea.
Ooh.
Would you like to open a off-brand Hooters in Moon Township called Booby Moe?
That feels more like a Coriopolis business to me.
Okay.
But I'm listening.
Okay.
I once had this dream of opening a combo gentlemen's club and tapas restaurant called Tapas and Tatas.
Topless.
Tapaless. I like that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that are small are the plates.
All right, that's a good tagline. I like that.
This one,
there's so many restaurants like that in Texas. It's so ridiculous.
Restaurants.
Restaurants. That's all right. We discussed this before.
We did.
Tilted Kilt.
I remember
got a Grand Slam. Got all these things. This was always the story.
I passed the new one. It was called Bombshells.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
so Bombshells, if I believe correctly, is a spin-off from a strip club in Dallas. They were trying to make like legitimate money, so they opened up a restaurant next door. And it became like their thing. Yeah. It was making better money and was less like problematic than the strip club, I guess.
Yeah, but typically they are.
Utah State, by the way, does win this game. They get this one gets out of hand in the second half.
Yeah, it does.
But Bobby Moe had it close in the first half, which is enough to have some fun.
Shout out to the player with the one-handed interception that we got to see,
Mm-hmm.
and it's when I typed Booby Moe, which again. Y'all didn't see that.
Whomst among us?
Whomst among us has not added an extra O instead of a B.
Let those without boobs cast the first stone. Next
game.
We have SEMO, who is on their second game.
Oh my God, SEMO.
Played New Mexico State under new management. And this one just was a little uncomfortable. We're big New Mexico State fans here. You know that. And this one was 23-16 at the end. It was never like a comfortable lead, though. I did appreciate about this the fact that SEMO basically out everythinged New Mexico State, and New Mexico State still found a way to win, which is all you really want in this. This was beautiful because this version of New Mexico State runs a lot. They ran for 210 and passed for 60 versus SEMO, which passed for 295, ran for 57. So we were talking about like really a sharp dichotomy here. It was a lot of fun to watch. I enjoyed this game a lot. Other ones, Arkansas State and Central Arkansas. Commish, did we lose you? Are you frozen?
No, I'm here.
Sorry. You just like
the lead.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, USC just took the lead.
Breaking news. We got about 6 minutes left in USC LSU for those of you keeping track at home. And USC is up 2017.
Oh, they almost doinked that extra point too. I was really hoping.
Arkansas State 34, Central Arkansas 31.
Oh, God.
The only interesting thing about this is that this is going to make it a lot funnier when Arkansas State beats ULM this year.
Oh, it's going to happen like 15.
No, yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's not. I look, man. I saw Central Arkansas take the lead with 55 seconds, and I was like, please, Lord. Please let Arkansas State lose. Like, I have an irrational hatred for Arkansas State just because they keep beating us.
Commish, what is the ULM perfect day? Because the saying always goes the USC perfect day is a USC win, a UCLA loss, and a Notre Dame loss. What is a ULM perfect day?
So Arkansas State loses, La Tech loses, and the Cajuns lose.
Okay, That's
Give me
a rough.
those. Give me those 3 L's.
And ULM wins, or we're not going to ask for that much.
And ULM wins. Just throw the ULM wins, because that is just again. Hopefully, like, honestly, it would be ULM beating one of them.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to go through history and
yeah.
try to find how many perfect ULM days there have been.
Again, you could probably narrow it down like that song that Ice Cube was talking about. Today was a good day. It probably only happened once.
The last sort of like FBS scare we had was Tennessee Tech at Mitsu. I stopped paying attention to this because it was 21-0 in favor of Mitsu. And I just was like, I'm done. Okay, whatever.
No,
this is going to be like every other one.
Mhm.
So this was Tennessee Tech, and we followed them in the random preview. This was
we
one,
did.
like,
That's
we
right.
Had the
Yes.
account.
God wanted us to watch.
God wanted us to watch this one. And then Tennessee Tech, they're down 21-0, right?
Mhm.
They don't get on the board with a field goal or an extra point, or or like, a touchdown, anything like that. No, they start the scoring with a fucking safety. So it's 21-2. We are all over this. And oh my God, did we have some safety alerts? I'll list them later at the end.
Yes.
But Tennessee Tech, it's 21-2. They just keep clawing and clawing and clawing and clawing. And then they take the lead with like a minute left. 25-24. They don't get the 2 to make it a 3-point game. It's 25-24. Mitsu gets the ball back. They haven't done anything except for maybe like a field goal in the second half. And then with 16 seconds left, Mitsu gets a touchdown and they get the 2-point conversion. So the final score is 32-25. But Tennessee Tech, so close. God, I swear.
Do y'all know who Mitsu's head coach is?
Derek Mason.
Is Derek Mason.
Yes. I like somebody like posted a sign of him like right next to "We want you to buy season tickets," and it's him pointing on the sign, and then him standing next to the sign. That's him pointing on the sign.
It's Derek Mason's all the way down.
It is totally.
The next bit we have is talking about first off, I need to workshop this real fast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love the order of the owls
the owl order. I mean, we could
the parliament.
I like the order of the owls. It's very Bohemian Grove. Like, we're just gonna go worship the 40-foot owl and then carry on with our day. Definitely not doing anything nefarious.
What would be our giant thing that we would worship in our Bohemian Grove? And why is it the Sam Houston statue I'm going to steal on the way home tomorrow?
I assumed it was an owl. And I bet if you close your eyes, you will be able to tell me exactly which owl it is. Look, he's got 2 hats.
I forgot about him. I love him so much.
We are going to build a 40-foot concrete 2-hatted Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So our owls, number 1, FAU goes down against Michigan State on Friday night. This was a weird one entirely. We got to start talking about quarterback slides. Like, I know we got Kenny Pickett love in this podcast, but
my God,
some of the slides this week, man, there are some poor choices.
Man, we got to teach it. Like, just get your school's baseball coach to teach the quarterback how to slide.
We're gonna
just do it.
Teach you. We're gonna teach your quarterback to slide.
That's right.
To be clear, Kenny Pickett, the problem
Woogie.
with Kenny Pickett was that he was too good at sliding.
Yes.
Everybody else should get on his level.
Okay. The second
LSU just did a thing. They did not score yet, but they did do a thing.
Okay.
I just keep seeing like the timeline of Brian Kelly face right now.
Oh yeah.
He's a lovely shade of maroon right now.
I need to get.
When he thought he was going to get 2 false start penalties back to back, he was. It was an interesting face. I thought rigor mortis might have set in.
Hey Beth, do me a favor. Toss it in the ideas channel. A picture. I need the idea of that like pain, that pain scale of like happy face to angry face, but with just Brian Kelly faces.
Brian Kelly faces. Okay,
yeah.
There was. What Brian Kelly level face are you at right now? I like that.
I think I sent you guys when I was having like back problems. I sent you the poster that my like neurosurgeon has in their office. It's that pain scale, except it's like things like number 7 is things like my ex-wife called me today. It's the most like dude, like 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude thing. It's great.
This also has the same energy as a certain kind of corporate meeting organizer who will have you in a very large Zoom meeting and then say, put up a graphic and it's like a bunch of emojis or like, here are some colors or whatever. And it's like, how do you feel today? Put the number in the chat for how you feel today. We'll do that, but with Brian Kelly.
Yes,
and
perfect.
I will use it in a work meeting and confuse the fuck out of all of my coworkers.
Other Owl news, Temple at Oklahoma. I was hoping Temple was going to be fighty. This was embarrassing.
I caught some of this game at a bar following the rehearsal dinner for the wedding that I was attending. And I now have at least a marginal vested interest in Temple football for reasons to be revealed later.
Ooh.
And I got a text from my dad about this game.
Always a good sign.
And he was just like, yeah, so that's not going well. And I was like, yeah, no. Temple, man, I really liked it when you were good. It was so much fun that time that you beat Penn State.
It was.
Have you considered like trying just a little bit harder? Just a little bit? I think you can be better than UConn if you try. Philly's more fun than Stores.
This is someone said that Temple might be one of the most helpless situations in college football right now, and I don't necessarily disagree with this.
Yeah.
Our good friend Liam,
Well, that's your problem.
That's your problem, and 10K Losses podcast.
Yes.
I just recorded, by the way, another special episode with them going over the history of college football from TV forward. And that was fun. And about halfway through, they were like, well, do you have anything to talk about NFL? I was like, I don't know anything about NFL. All I got is college, baby. So did that. This was also, the only thing interesting about this was we found out the Sooner Schooner has lights on it now. It's got like LEDs.
It has
yeah,
like
it's got
lights.
like the puddle lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, underneath. Like the lights underneath. I'm like, what do you... I'm just glad it doesn't have like those LED headlights that are just blinding you.
I was hoping
that should be illegal. Can we please just legalize your lights?
I mean, God, I drive a sedan and like I don't need these jacked up trucks like just blinding the everything shit out of me. And then
they're all directed. Yeah, everybody's gigantic trucks LED lights are aimed directly at Commish's and my retinas, and then we can't see shit.
And then when you're stopped at a stoplight, right? And so you try to get some relief by looking in the side view mirrors. And then if you look the wrong way, bam, right in your face again.
Side view mirrors are directing that directly into my retinas
right
too.
Face.
Why aren't side view mirrors dimmable?
I wish.
Is another question I have.
Let's do that.
Some other bad owl news.
Oh, hold on. I want to go over some Temple stats real quick.
Oh yeah, please do.
All right. How many turnovers do you think Temple had in this game?
4.
Oh, so the score was 51-3. So I assume it is like 5.
I saw the sad field goal.
It's gotta be like 5.
Okay. So we got 4 or 5 in Pitt Girl.
1.
It was 6.
Jesus
Christ.
They lost 4 fumbles and they threw 2 INTs. They did win the time of possession battle. They had 31 minutes and 31 seconds. They did have a nice day rushing. They had 69 yards rushing on 36 carries.
Nice.
Pitt Girl, did it make you happy to find out that Twitter thinks that 6.9 of our followers are female?
I'm not going to say I told you so about the dating app. I will let the data speak for itself.
A lot of our gay and or bisexual men followers, though, were like, you guys should absolutely start a dating app. I told you, Sicko's Grinder is right there. We can do this.
Respectfully, I don't think any of us want to be moderating that.
Hey Arthur, how you doing?
On behalf of all of us out there, no.
Other bad owl times. Sam Houston at Rice. So EJ Warner goes from Temple to Rice, just rebrands himself as another owl.
Yeah.
And then Sam Houston shows up in Houston. By the way, both Houston teams lost big, and I think it's my fault for being in the city.
Yeah, you did it. It's all your fault. The Jordan Jinx travels with you, unlike some senator.
We'll get there. I have a story about that.
Jesus Christ. Sam Houston beats Rice at home. Sam Houston, after we sat there so long last year being like, just get a win, guys. Just a win, please. All of a sudden, they come out swinging, and I'm happy.
Look, Sam Houston was feisty last year, but they kept blowing it at the end. Yep. And you know what's funny? They had this game so far in hand, they couldn't blow it.
That was crazy.
That was
like they took care of business and just were ahead and did well.
It was great.
And then Kennesaw State loses to UTSA in their first official FBS game as a member of Conference USA. Kennesaw State was a little fighty at the beginning, but then just it got away from them.
No. It was not. I watched this entire game.
Okay, there you go.
I drop some knowledge on us.
Look, man. Kennesaw State had a shot to win this game. They kept chipping away, and they would get a field goal, and it was like 21-9. Then they got a touchdown, their first FBS touchdown ever. Like, great. They would gash them on these runs every now and then. Like, it would just, they would get to the outside, and you're like, holy crap! Like, Kennesaw State's just running down the sideline free, and then they gained 30 yards. Then they couldn't do anything after they got that far. They had to settle for a field goal. They get to 21-15. They stop UTSA on a 4th down conversion. Now they have a chance to take the lead. They have a chance to do it. Very first play, interception. There it goes from there. UTSA just does it. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I think our game of the week was correct. We picked TCU at Stanford on a Friday night. For lots of reasons. Oh yeah. And I sat down to watch this thing, and immediately that weird energy on those Friday night games starts churning up. And then some of the wildest shit I've seen in a long time happens. The way this game basically goes is TCU has almost double the yards of Stanford.
Yeah.
TCU is the better team out there, but cannot get out of their own way. 7 penalties for 100 yards, 2 fumbles lost.
I love the drive before halftime just solidified the pick, because we had some debate inside the Discord that we have some debate on the number 1 game. And, I was like, really I think it's got to be this one, because it's a weird time. TCU probably better than Stanford, but Stanford should have some improvement. And then you play a weird game late night on a Friday night in Stanford when school's not even in session for the Stanford. We had somebody on our Instagram message I came back to school early to watch this game at Sickos Committee Instagram story. I'm like, thank you for that. I don't even know that. I had to look that up real quick, but whatever. Just shout out to I think it was a girl that messaged us and added her in her story. Added us to the story.
The band clearly had some alumni in it. The band was looking a little old. Someone playing, I believe, a stop sign was definitely on the older side.
Somebody was playing a stop sign, and another one was playing a sink.
Look, man, so great. We used to march kegs in college. Okay, I'm not going to judge the Stanford band for this.
I mean, really,
every time I think you've said your most Dartmouth sentence, you come out with a new one.
At one halftime, during the show.
Isn't the technical definition of percussion anything that can be struck, hit? Yeah, anything.
During one halftime, I forget what song we were playing, but I definitely grabbed one of the kegs and did a keg walk across the front of the field as the band was playing. Y'all know what a keg walk is? Is this a thing? A keg walk is when you turn a keg sideways and like walk on it like it's like balance on it as you're rolling it.
Like a log rolling
Like you're
competition?
like a
Yeah.
circus bear.
Yeah, like a circus bear. Yeah.
The circus bear move. Dude, I wish I would have went to Dartmouth.
I'm imagining Donkey Kong, but with kegs.
Donkey Kong with kegs. Perfect. There it is. That's probably
Beth,
the
you
show
made the
title.
beep beep noise, and I saw the replay, and I was like desperately hoping the slow mo of the ball was because it was a doink.
Oh, no.
Sadly, no.
LSU has tied the game.
One of the things they made us stop doing at Dartmouth before I got there, unfortunately, one of the fraternities used to freeze their front lawn, like pour water on it and turn it into an ice skating rink, and they would do a keg jump on ice skates. So they'd stack them up like basically line them up like you would like a cars at like a monster truck rally, and you get speed and jump over it. But enough people got hurt they had to stop it.
How many broken femurs did you see while you were at Dartmouth?
Me personally?
Yeah, you personally.
2, 3, 4. Okay, one of them was due to like a well, you can call it a boating accident. It was more like rafts on a river, built by non-engineering majors. That's the problem when you let liberal arts people build things.
Yeah, that's
they were
Red Bull has
there
made
were
a whole
cops in the
thing
water.
out of it.
Listener, I
water.
need you to know that Commish and Beth just did a simultaneous beautifully synchronized facepalm.
Sunday. Come on out to Dartmouth and watch this sophomore.
Dartmouth, Evil Knievel.
Dartmouth, Evil Knievel. Come see the mean green. You know what I mean? We're jumping over khaki on the front lawn.
Another story that I always tell is that one of the fraternities, this was before I was there, wanted an ice skating rink in their front room of their house. So they poured hoses in there and opened the windows in winter to freeze it. But then the problem was that the top floor collapsed onto the basement and structurally destroyed the house. So the college had to buy them out of it.
I think this might be why that type of guy never learns anything.
Yeah.
This is how the Wall Street bailout happens, is that you have idiots at Dartmouth getting bailed out first.
I'm not going to say no.
I did want to say one thing. I love like TCU, like this game had it all, really. It was really stupid.
Everything.
Was, like the first half was amazing. Like TCU like gets down the field on like a 2-minute drive. Gets down the field in like 2 plays. They're on like the 4-yard line, and then they muff a handoff and they go down like in the half, like 17-10. Ridiculous. Stanford throws an interception off of like directly off of the back of a TCU player.
It was the leg, wasn't it? No, the Colorado game was the leg. The Colorado game was the leg. That was leg interception.
That was this one was just like square in the back of the numbers of the linebacker. Like the receiver was so covered. The linebacker had his back turned on the slant, hit off the back, like the back flap, I guess pad, directly to a lineman.
Mud flap. Like the mud flap.
It's a mud flap. Oh God. A butt mud flap. All right, love it.
I mean, yes.
There we go.
Commish, I think you said it or someone else did on the timeline that was like, for every one of you assholes that was like, in the new college football game, there's too many weird plays and weird things that happen. College football is weird by its very nature.
The point.
Nobody can tackle reliably. Maybe Georgia. I would say that, maybe.
But Georgia absolutely can.
Yeah, but like nobody, like these are, look, over 99% of these players that you're watching are not going to the NFL.
Yeah.
I know
they're
it's
going to go pro in something
commercial.
other than sport.
They're going to go pro. And that's what the magic of this game is. You have like a future Hall of Famer going up against like an insurance adjuster.
And there's also, I love the beginning part of the year because the coaches have to sell the hype on their team all summer. And for these first like 2-3 weeks in their brains, they are coaching an NFL team. And so they make decisions like they're coaching an NFL team. Like, yeah, we're just going to stop here on the 42 and kick a field goal. That's fine. We're close enough.
And then the realization kicks in.
Like,
and
it's college. No. no.
By the end of the season, they're sitting on like the 20 going like, I don't know if we're going to make that field goal. That feels risky.
Yeah.
Before we move off of this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Keep going.
Couple things. This game was evidence that the Pac-12 may be much diminished, but Pac-12 After Dark is alive and well for all those who believe in it. And also TCU has brought back the unhinged victory videos, and I really appreciate that.
I love them so much.
Ribbity toilet.
I hate you. God, I hate you.
I hate this too. I'm too old for this shit, but like I laughed.
Listeners, there's also something that I wanted to bring up this episode, but Commish refused to talk about, but I am going to mention it anyways, because there's a headline today that almost broke him. And the headline is this: Baby Gronk drops diss track on Rizzler and Costco guys.
Commish looks like he's about to ground you for a month.
I don't know what that means, and I refuse to learn.
Oh, I love it. Also great about this game was our good friend, the Stanford Tree, our close personal friend now, was on the sideline, like turned over on her phone tweeting.
Yeah.
And someone caught her in the picture. It was like, even the tree gave up. Hey, she's like, I'm just tweeting.
I'm sitting to tweet right now. Leave me alone.
I love it. Love you, Stanford Tree. I hope one of our followers gets the leaf.
Hope so.
Can we, hey, Florida, y'all okay?
Let's do the ads before we get into this one.
This is a good time to do the ad read.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's give Florida a forewarning before the ads. Florida fans, if you listen to this podcast,
is Florida okay? We'll tell you after.
We'll
the break.
tell you after the break.
These messages.
Our friends at Message Board Geniuses will tell you how Florida fans are doing.
Folks, I hope you got a chance to listen to the Varsity College Blitz this weekend. On Thursday and Saturday, they did their sort of like their prep game on Thursday and Saturday. This podcast is part of the Varsity Network, which is a group of podcasts and shows through Learfield, IMG, and on the Varsity app, you can get access to every radio call and almost every radio call. And of course, podcasts for lots of colleges and podcasts like ours, which are for no one really. The girl.
Important to note also that one of the relatively few things that I saw on Saturday. Well, I didn't see this. I listened to it, which is like seeing, but for your ears.
You're seeing.
Yeah, you're seeing.
You're seeing. I was listening to the Blitz, and that was relatively towards the beginning of the Iowa game. And Iowa was up. They doinked an extra point or something to hit the weird score of the week, and I got to hear us mentioned during the Blitz.
Yeah.
It's great. Folks, if you don't have the Varsity app, you should get it. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play. Listening to the Blitz is how I listen to college football nowadays.
Yeah. I listen to the Blitz, and the funny thing is, like, people like mention us when they're listening to the Blitz, like inside our Discord in our Patreon and whatever. It's just like, yeah, we sponsored things. Like, we have things that we sponsor. There are certain triggers that they read when things happen, and we want you to know about us when those things happen. And when they happen, it's glorious to hear it. It is so much fun.
I was listening to it in the car on the drive down to Houston, and my wife heard it, and she was like, huh, okay. So someone else knows what you guys do. Okay, that's interesting. Which is about right.
I feel like your wife and obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend would just sort of look at like each other and be like, yeah, the thing that they spend their time on.
I believe the correct answer would be like, I'm just glad they have friends and an outlet for this thing. I'm glad they have someone to talk to about this. Yeah.
I guess it could be drugs.
Right. Like, it could be drugs. I could still be a band director. That's just as bad as drugs.
That's drugs.
That's actually drugs. That's worse than drugs.
That's probably worse than drugs. Yeah.
That's worse than drugs. Yeah. As always, folks, check out our link tree on our Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profiles for various discounts. You can join our Patreon. If for $5 a month, gets you access to our Discord, which is absolutely fucking hopping this weekend. People hollering about everything. We have a live hollering channel, which is just for all live events that are happening at the same time. And there's no like, oh, here's the channel for this game, or here's the channel for... No, man. Everyone's just screaming at the same time for whatever. And so if you don't know what you want to watch, jump into the live holler-in room and just see what people are watching, because they'll tell you where to go.
Oh yeah, I go in there all the time. I'm like, what are we watching, kids?
Yeah.
If you join the Patreon and the Discord link didn't get sent to you automatically, we're working on that. We'll get that all fixed up for you.
We're trying to fix that because I have no idea what went wrong, but we changed the name of the Discord finally, and then like the links weren't sending out this weekend, so I apologize for that.
We just gotta unplug it and plug it back in. It'll be
That's
fine.
it. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll reset the router.
Also in the Discord, it's stuff like if you're into gambling, we got a great gambling channel that people love and find great stuff in there. We talk about all sorts of shit in various channels. It's great. It's folks from all over that love college sports in the ways that you love it. So if you need a place to be on Saturdays that isn't just the Twitter timeline, that's the place to be. This is where the Sickos Committee was founded, where we first met. We all met each other, and come talk to us. We're in there all the time. We throw in our ideas, and we get ideas from you guys. We have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org, with tons of stuff, including our Live, Laugh, Punt wine glasses, which people absolutely love.
I just made some rocks glasses, which we had.
Oh,
so we have rocks glasses. I just made 4 rocks glasses. One that just says punt. One that says Live, Laugh, Punt. Another one that says all football is good football, y'all. And then the other one is the beveled Sickos guy with the flag and the foam finger that says yes, ha ha ha, yes.
Classy as hell.
That's right. You want to drink whiskey with a Sickos guy?
Oh, breaking news.
USC has scored a go-ahead touchdown with 8 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's it.
They completed a long pass that where the tackle was made that was actually targeting. So like there was a lot of reviewing that was going on.
Yes,
and it was pretty blatant.
Yeah, Blue Sky described it as super targeting.
Yeah.
Don't do that, kids.
There were a couple this weekend where people were like, "Oh, do you want to see what textbook targeting looks like? Here's textbook targeting."
Yeah,
it's this. So LSU is now not won a season opener since 2019. Still,
they have 8 seconds left.
No, it's over.
Anything can happen.
Sure, it's
in
done.
Bedlam.
We have our YouTube channel. We have our Instagram. We have our Twitch. We have now that I know that Commish is such a big Pokemon fan, I really do want to run him through like Leaf Fire, Red, Leaf Green in real time. We also have our Substack, where we are putting out we are now doing this season our Sicko Stats summaries of the week, and our various like sort of awards for things like shortest scoring drive or lots of fun stuff.
For sure.
Then we have Message Board Geniuses podcast. They're our friends. They go to the places we refuse to go. And then, of course, Home Field Apparel, the softest, comfiest collegiate licensed apparel out there. Use offer code yes, ha ha ha, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. And then, of course, our Sickos Hat Showcase. Commish, do we have one for this week yet?
Yeah, we do.
What is it?
It's a game between 2 folks in the same state. They play together, and their games seem to be weird, and it's always earlier in the year.
Oh, we have El Asico hats. Dear God,
El Asico hats.
Jesus Christ, great!
Iowa State coming up this week.
El Asico.
El Asico hats.
We also still have up our Florida State and Georgia Tech hats and our Penn State and West Virginia hats. Those are there until they're gone. Use offer code yes, 2 hats for 25% off your order, and that is whether you've ordered from them before or not. Is anyone wearing home field tonight, folks? Let's see here. I see. Beth is wearing her People Mover. What do you call it?
PRT.
PRT. And then Commish is wearing an Air Force shirt. There you go.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, Beth, your video of the PRT moving was great. Like that it was a really great video.
It's delightful.
I had fun with that.
Getting the smile and confidence you've been dreaming about, all from the comfort of your home, isn't a total mystery with Byte clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all your friends start asking, "What's your secret?" Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Bite Clear Liners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces, plus they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Hey, Prime members, have you heard? You can listen to your favorite podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free podcast. That's amazon.com/ad-free podcast to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
I have a final breaking news update.
Yeah.
LSU has thrown an interception with 4 seconds left.
Oh, no!
This kills the LSU.
No. Did you see that the USC drum major had trouble stabbing the field?
Yes.
Oh, he might have. That might not be a completed interception. I think it is.
Okay.
It probably doesn't matter, but yeah.
The ball's moving around a little bit. But yeah, you're right. It probably doesn't matter. Anyway.
Back to dead Gators. Hey, Florida. The fuck happened here? Now, the best part about this is the Miami hype is now off the charts for no real reason.
No.
But
Show
not for
Commish, I see you thinking about it. Do not.
Oh, there's
do
an
it.
eyebrow there. Hey, Commish.
Don't-
10-2
don't
Miami.
do
I feel
it.
it. 11-1 Miami. Playoff Miami. Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have picked Miami in the playoff. I'm like, slow down. It's just like,
if you think you know, listeners, folks out there, members of the media, if you
Miami is
think
going to
you
make the
know
playoff,
who-
but still lose to Pitt, probably.
if you
That's
think
my
you
bold
know
prediction.
who the ACC champion is going to be this year,
You don't know.
Just
No,
just
nobody
drop that
knows.
shit
It's
right
gonna
now.
be Pitt.
Oh
If
yeah.
you-
Eli
I mean-
Holstein's going to win the Heisman.
I mean, they looked
you
great
think
against
you know-
Pitt State for some of it.
If you think you know, you have no idea.
Florida fans are in absolute fucking shambles right now. I believe a friend of the show, Spencer Hall at ESPS, was tweeting at Lane Kiffin going like, "Hey, professionally, what are you doing next year?"
I
You imagine laying at Florida.
Yes,
I
I
love
can.
that. I love that. My favorite one was the video of the Florida fan with like a 3-minute video of him in a Denny's parking lot. And if you have not seen it, it's got like 10,000 likes.
Okay.
But there is a video of this gentleman in a Denny's parking lot just contemplating life and his fandom as a Florida Gator fan. And I really enjoyed that. Honestly, there was a part of me when Miami was up 38-10 and they missed the field goal to go up 41-10. I was like, oh shit, they're going to blow it. And
you were
like,
so traumatized by this. Holy shit.
are you kidding me? Like after what happened last year, yes. I was like, they're gonna blow it. And so I went into like just stare at the clock mode. Because it was like it was like 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and then it was like 38-17. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. But you know, they were able to hang on and like not necessarily hang on, just beat the crap out of Florida. So there's a part of me that's like, okay, Miami had a competent win against a team that is lesser than them, and they didn't play stupidly. They didn't really turn the ball over except for like once, and I'm like, okay, like have they turned the corner? It's not necessarily like they're going all the way now. The U is back. Let's start playing Two Live Crew. It's all about the U. No, I'm not there because Florida feels like more of a mess than I can say that the U is back. I feel like Florida's worse than what I would lean more towards Florida being a really messy situation compared to the U being back. But if you are a good team / maybe great team, you go on the road and handle business like that.
Yes. You beat a team that you should absolutely beat.
You beat a team that you should beat. You're ranked. They're not ranked. You go in their place to open the season and you handle business. And that's what Miami did. which the Miami teams of old, they didn't do that. So maybe
I do have a question for you guys. This is ACC adjacent. NC State was ranked 24th this past week in the AP poll before their close win over Western Carolina. I need you guys to predict how many spots NC State moves up in the poll for this one.
Okay, so A&M lost, right? And A&M was like, A&M was 20th?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so A&M's falling out. They probably move up. I'd say 1.
Okay, so they go to 23? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, LSU just lost. That helps.
Yeah. So how many spots are we moving?
And I mean,
NC State up?
and Clemson lost, so
I feel like they're gonna jump like 2 or 3 spots, and it's gonna be just because of the stupid like
important thing that we have forgotten also is that Florida State is already 0-1, and there hasn't been a poll update.
Oh shit!
And they play tomorrow.
Yeah, the poll doesn't change until after that game. So we're not going to get a new poll until Tuesday.
Oh no. Okay.
And everybody's going to see whatever happens tomorrow night against Boston College.
But I feel like when Florida State's already shown you their whole ass, what is there left to see?
There's losing.
Is there more ass? Is there secret ass?
There's losing a weird game in Ireland to Georgia Tech. There's losing a Monday night game to Boston College at home. Those are 2 very different things. Spiritually, those are 2 very different things. Hey, y'all remember when Jacksonville State was like fun and fighty last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Coastal Carolina showed up in the either the Cockadoodle Duel Part Do or the Cockadoodle Do. Take your pick. And
somebody said it was the Cockadoodle Duel.
That's almost as bad as that's as bad as my more Lord Bort.
My Lord Bort.
I like Cockadoodle Do.
And Coastal Carolina beat that ass. Just absolutely beat that ass. Wasn't even close. Was never close. Was never a thing.
It was 55-31, and that score is too close.
Like that does not represent.
That's still too close. Crazy.
Yeah. Other fun stuff. Eastern Michigan just laid it on UMass, as I believe Beth described it as our helmet game of the week. There's 2 teams that we were like, yeah, this is our helmet game. This feels real good.
The committee helmet game was Eastern Michigan and UMass. And look, I saw tweets from like Eastern Michigan fans like, McGurk Alumni Stadium sucks. And I was like, this is like awful. And I'm like, no, man.
It's a cute venue. They have nice beer.
That stadium rules. McGurk's rules. I don't care. McGurk Alumni Stadium rules. I love your stadium too, Eastern Michigan. I love your stadium. Like, McGurk is like, there's not much to an outside of the McGurk Stadium. Like, you walk in, like you're outside, you're in the stadium. Like, there's no lines, you're there. Like, you can just walk in right to your section. That rules. That is
I stood
amazing.
in line for a little bit at the UConn game last year, but you can
sense.
walk in there. You get a nice view of the Berkshires if you sit on the one side. They have good concessions, and you can park under solar panels. I don't know what else you would want.
Is it the Berkshires or the Berkshires?
I have always heard it pronounced Berkshires.
Okay.
Because this is Massachusetts. They're fancy.
Okay, so like this is kind of like my dad remarried somebody from that area, and she calls it the Berkshires.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't know. But
perhaps
it's
I am.
regionalism.
I am not Massachusetts enough.
Let's spray ourselves with the regionalism spray thing from the Discord.
Jesus Christ! No, we're not doing a regionalism tonight.
Not doing it. Okay, any UMass fans yell at us after you listen to this podcast. Which is better?
You know what?
Don't yell at us. Yeah, go outside and yell at a bird.
No, just say like, hey, no, it's like this actually.
Actually, it's called the Berkshires or the Berkshires. That's how everyone says it. It's the Berkshires.
It's the Bjorkshires.
The Bjorkshires.
From York Shores.
No, that's when you have an Icelandic singer next to a body of water.
Okay.
Oh, I always screw that up.
Eh.
I thought that was a Bjord. No. Sorry.
Okay, that's good.
Okay,
That would be
okay.
that would be an Icelandic singer on a glacial made inlet.
Perfect.
Is
That's
fjord,
what Massachusetts is, right?
basically. Our Randy Edsel Bowl, UConn, Maryland. Maryland had this thing in hand and absolutely just whooped on UConn.
Yeah, I just
UConn fans are sad right now.
UConn fans are sad, but UConn had Randy Edsel twice. So we probably should have gave the advantage to Maryland, who only had Randy Edsel once.
God.
I like how you say that, like Randy Edsel is like chicken pox, right?
Mm-hmm. No, but apparently you can get it a second time. UConn found out.
And then sometimes when you get old, it turns into shingles.
Oh no! At least it wasn't crabs.
No, that's what Maryland has.
I want to make this a clip, but I don't want to do a clip. I don't want this animated. I don't.
Think about how I always
to the
enjoy
podcast.
watching the clips after the fact because Hector does such a good job.
Yeah, Hector does a great job. I don't want this a clip though.
Northwestern's game day experience might actually be one of the best in the country right now.
Just stay there. Stay there.
Matt Brown was there for the game. We had lots of other folks there that follow us. Nicole Auerbach went and toured it a couple days before. People love this stadium. People love this, love the environment there. Yeah. And they're spending how many millions to just build another...
To ruin it.
Where's the tweet from Roger Sherman? Northwestern grad Roger Sherman. I gotta say,
that.
Power Conference College football.
Medill grad Roger Sherman
spending millions of dollars to ruin something in the sport.
Apparently, Matt Brown was also yelling Medill as loud as he could after every big play.
And
to the annoyance of his family.
Appreciate that.
He took his whole family too.
That's so.
So here you go. This is Roger Sherman did a post, like he was on the "Am I the Asshole" Reddit, the subreddit, I guess. So he says, "So my best friend, male, 87, 12.5 billion, bought me 1-0 P4 conference, an $800 million stadium, but I already have a cooler one. Am I the asshole if I return it?"
Just people love this, guys. Just stay here. Fuck it. It's great. There were people out in the water.
It was. I saw the people.
It's gonna be awful.
Yes.
In October, we'll have a whole other discussion about this. But right now, it's great.
mean, here's the thing though. It doesn't. You're still gonna be in the winter in Chicago. It doesn't matter where you are.
I feel like the wind coming off the lake though that close is different.
Yeah, it is, but it's also instead you can be the weird fighty school that has the crazy wind tunnel up by the lake.
I mean, it's like when they played Ohio State a year ago at Ryan Field, there was still the crazy wind there. It was only a 21-7 game because Ohio State couldn't pass the ball because the wind was so bad. It doesn't matter if you're actually on the lake; you're close enough to it anyway. It doesn't matter.
It is worth mentioning this game ended 13-6.
It was beautiful. It was. Look, Miami, Ohio needs to go to the Big Ten.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, something just shut down. Hold up, I gotta find my screen again. I'm on a laptop. There's only one screen. It's really hard, y'all.
How many tabs do you have open?
So
I don't have a personal 2-screener. I have a work 2-screener, but a personal one? No, I don't do that. I don't have that much.
Well, so on just this laptop, which I just opened up, mind you, and I switched off my wife's account. I already have 20 tabs going.
Of course you do.
No, I don't care. It's fine. He's fine. That's his computer. If he did it on my computer and left it like that, I'd be upset.
Well, that's why my wife and I don't share accounts, because if she saw that, she would fucking kill me.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Indiana does handle FIU pretty handily, 31-7 at home. That's not super
Okay.
interesting.
Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find the reaction to a penalty by Curt Cignetti. I don't know if you have seen this yet.
While you're doing that, I do want to say the shirts they were giving out at Indiana. Did you see this?
Oh
They
God,
looked like
they were awesome.
They looked like the Marlboro logo, but it said Cignetti on them.
Yes,
Oh my god.
I love that.
They were great. They were giving them out for free in the student section. Hell,
it was
yeah.
it was so amazing. Hold on, let's see. I think I retweeted it earlier today. Nope, I did not. Sorry,
didn't
I
see
went back. I went back to the surrender grouch. Let me see if I can find that one. It should be the top.
Okay, that's fine.
Twitter search sucks. It's done. It's broken. I can't do it no more.
Okay, it's fine. After all that to do about James Madison or about Charlotte missing half of their starters and everything, the thing that made me sure. Oh, fucking fine, go.
I just found it. I found it. No, it's a video thing, so we have to describe this.
Okay.
So it says. So basically, Indiana got a flag. They're up 24-7 on FIU. Indiana got a flag, and this is Curt Cignetti's reaction that I think we may need to put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music underneath.
Okay.
So just watch this and enjoy.
Okay. Where are you dropping this?
It's in the Sickos podcast chat on the Patreon.
Let's see here. Do that. Oh, and he just that is the face of a man who is just trying not to punch a wall. Oh, he's so angry and just
he's so mad.
Oh, that's great. It's a great grimace.
This is very Western Pennsylvania. I love this.
He's seething with anger. Yeah.
That is extreme dad rage. He's he's got his hands on his hips. He's got his eyes tightly closed. He's gritting his teeth and breathing through the gritted teeth.
Yeah. And then he turns to look and he's just like, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. My kids opened the windows with the air conditioning on again.
And this is like, I came into the house and the basement light, it was on again.
Yeah, it was just like, God damn it. My kid got kinetic sand again.
Somebody touched the thermostat.
Do you know how many cents that light costs every time it's on?
I told you for the last time, close the fucking door.
How long has the toilet been running, Doris?
I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Charlotte after Biff announced that they were going to be down half their starters. But then when I saw him wearing a goddamn polo shirt,
it's over.
It's over.
It's over. It's over.
I believe, far be it from me to quote Constitution, but the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. And he infringed himself.
I mean, he put on a polo, man. I was just like, it feels like one of your best friends from college, like, that got married and he doesn't want to hang out anymore, and just puts on a polo, and now he's going apple picking on the weekend, and he has no time to watch college football with you anymore. He doesn't care anymore. It's over.
The Charlotte country club scene is insidious, and we haven't talked about it on this podcast, but I think maybe it's time. Biff, we're worried about you, bud.
Biff has got hooked on golf. That's what happened.
Oh no, no, Biff.
Now I want a Photoshop of Dorf on golf, but it's like Biff Poggi on golf, like Biff on golf.
Like it's like I'm waiting for him to start posting pictures. Like had the missus out to brunch today.
Oh no, Biff.
For some reason, I'm stuck on what if we put Biff Poggi in a polo, but the sleeves have been cut off in the way that he used to wear his t-shirts.
Now I want to start wearing a polo cut off.
cut off polos. Okay.
That would be, oh my God.
I'm so
That's
angry.
that's even more rebellious.
It looks
So
a little,
boxy and scratchy, Beth.
it looks a little.
Think about how boxy it would look.
It's worse. Why would it?
It's just a box then. It's only the box part.
It's just a potato sack. It's just wearing a potato sack with a collar.
Potato sack with a collar.
That's it.
You can wear it to go golfing because it has a collar.
You're the cool like.
But then
You're the cool
as
captain
a
of the-
lady, you
of
have
the
to figure out
party
like,
barrage.
the bra you can wear because the holes are going to be low enough that you
Yeah.
have to deal with bra issues too.
Oh yeah, you have to wear the nice sports bra for that.
It's like the worst of all worlds.
I hate it.
Oh, Beth looks so defeated.
Best flop of the weekend though.
Oh, by
the James
far.
Madison flop. Yeah, just
Charlotte, dude pushes James Madison's QB, I think it is.
no. It was a defense, right?
It was defense. He falls back, like flails back. Not the best part though. Then one of his teammates comes up and does CPR on him on the ground.
Oh no, he like no. You're forgetting like he flops.
Oh, like
right?
he goes completely over like backwards, like does a huge flop.
Yeah, if you're
And
gonna
then-
flop, you make it funny, right? I think I
Right,
don't know
yeah.
who tweeted that.
Very
I did,
my
I
leg.
And then like the other dude comes, like his teammate comes over and does CPR on him. It's beautiful. Like that is, if you're gonna flop, do the show.
Mhm.
And like, did he get pushed? Absolutely. But
Was it worth that flop? No.
no. But was it worth the humor? 100%.
Yes.
Is Syracuse going to be fun this year under new management?
I think the jury's still out.
File
I
not
think
found.
Ohio is
No,
Ohio
we
is a little
can't-
too early to say.
We can't do this with Syracuse again yet. All right. We gotta wait. We gotta let them build up their momentum a little bit. Their quarterback, safe, reliable, Honda McCord. Definitely over 300 yards passing. Had a pretty good game against a very solid MAC team in Ohio, and they won 38-22. So nothing no trials and tribulations in Syracuse this weekend. So they got through their game and they made it to the other side with really, honestly, no dings, maybe no pits in the windshield or anything like that.
Syracuse head coach Fran Brown in his post-game presser said, quote, "Kyle's a really good football player. You've seen it right there. I should send Ryan Day a bottle of champagne for allowing us to get him."
Ooh. What type of champagne? Is that the pen at the end of the year? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
like the level of champagne. Are we sending them some Dom Perignon, or are we talking about some Andre at the end of the year?
I was going to say Syracuse ends up going 1-11, and he sends him a bottle of Andre.
Yeah, we gotta wait to see the champagne level, the Syracuse champagne.
There we go. That's our. We can
That's it.
start ranking. We will start ranking Syracuse's season by the bottle sizes of champagne.
Yes,
Oh,
By the
yeah,
end, they get
it's-
to like a Nebuchadnezzar.
yeah,
A Balthazar.
that's
yeah.
done.
Here is a Jeroboam of champagne.
I like that Syracuse champagne. Let's put that in the brainstorming chat. I like that graphic.
I will put it in there.
Yes.
Thank you.
This week you earned an airline taster.
What is those little
was-
like bottles? Yeah, that's basically it's the airline taster. It is
I
the
was
one that you can
watching-
get past the TSA.
The kids wanted to watch Up tonight, and so
Good
we put on
choice.
Up.
Those are
and I-
called nips or shooters,
yeah.
singles or airplane bottles or travel size bottles.
I have always called them pocket shots personally.
I always
but-
called them. I called them nips, but I don't know where or why I got that. There's a scene in Up where they meet the bad guy for the first time,
Mhm.
and the dogs open a bottle of champagne and then like sloppily pour it into glasses. It's a really great the
Yeah.
best part is the dog comes up and the guy looks at the bottle and goes, "Yep, that'll do." It's beautiful. Just it's such a good book. Other fun stuff that went on. North Carolina, Minnesota on Thursday was bizarre. Like it was a really fucking weird game. The thing that actually killed me was we found out that if Minnesota scores at home in the third quarter,
Yeah.
every Culver's around the country
Yeah.
will give you free cheese curds on an online order.
Yeah. So you got to do it through. I think you got to do it through their app. I
You
believe.
do.
Yeah. But
And
you
we
get
found
free
this out-
cheese curds
We were so excited.
everywhere.
And then Minnesota in the third quarter had 1 possession, 3 plays, 1 yard.
Only 1 minute time possession. So I'm going to blame this on North Carolina, honestly.
Yes, I do too.
It's all North Carolina's fault. Screw you, Mac Brown, for that. I want to give a shout out to Max Johnson. He broke his leg in the game.
I know, that fucking sucks.
I mean, I don't know, but it's just like when somebody gets carted off, it's just crappy. It sucks. And to whoever the person that replied that just said it's just a broken leg, dude, broken legs suck. All right, they're not fun.
No.
It's still crappy. So us wishing well wishes to somebody that got injured and broke their leg.
He broke he's going to be hobbling around campus on
Come
crutches for God knows how long. Don't be a dick.
He
Don't
broke
be a
his
jerk.
femur. Like, not only is that one of the most painful injuries you can have as a person, like, I was real close to an EMT for a while, and like I helped to fix a couple of broken femurs. Everybody I've ever seen who's had one has something in common. They were screaming. Like, it is a terrible injury.
That's the strongest bone in your body, and you break that. That sucks.
Yeah, it
Not
really
fun.
sucks.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Get well, Max.
Yeah.
Did you see Mac Brown headbutt PJ Fleck?
The headbutt handshake, which I mean, this is kind of like the full cast thing. I don't want to like step on their toes.
No,
here,
I know. I'm not going to do the whole like soul
They
sucking.
did a
I'm
great
just saying,
thing. Yes.
No.
I have a theory.
Yeah, go.
And this is that perhaps UNC denied us all the cheese curds so as to expand Mac's soul sucking powers.
Yeah.
In that every soul is a little bit sadder because there are no free cheese curds.
So do we think that post-game headbutts are going to become a thing?
I hope so. I was hoping that he would pull him in real close, like forehead to forehead, and give him one of those like hand on the back of the head things, like a real intimate moment. But like, if you go frame by frame here, PJ is taken off guard on this. Like, Isaac Pruder filmed this thing like frame by frame, and PJ is shocked as he gets pulled in for that. It's glorious.
He was not ready. He was not ready.
Not a ton to say about Wyoming at Arizona State, except Arizona
Wyoming,
State.
are you okay?
No.
Man, Arizona State boat raced him. Jesus. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting that.
Look, Wyoming probably would have gotten shut out.
Yes.
But they scored a touchdown with 2 seconds left in the game to make it 48-7. And, people were just like, why is Wyoming celebrating the touchdown? I'm like, it's probably the backups that probably don't play and may not play for the rest of the year because Wyoming is losing 48-7. So, again, if it's your first touchdown ever, celebrate it. I don't care. Enjoy it. It's football. You're losing 48-7. I mean, maybe you don't need to do the elevated, like, hey, let's jump and do the chest bump thing. Maybe not. But celebrate a different way. But still, enjoy it. It's a touchdown. They can't take it away from you. Arizona State looked a lot better. But
right?
I don't know if it's just like, is Arizona State a lot better or is Wyoming a lot worse? And so I'm kind of just like, I don't know.
Hey Beth, do you want to talk about West Virginia, Penn State? Like,
so I can be very brief about this game. Pretty much this is what I thought was going to happen. Like, what I thought was going to happen was exactly what happened. Thank you for all of the people who reached out to me to ask me if Puddles was okay.
Oh,
how did he take it?
So Puddles really is an eternal optimist. Like, that's
okay.
That is who he is. And so, like, he earned his nickname. Like, he was sad, but it was immediate about like, okay, well, I mean, I think we learned something, and now we'll see what happens next week. And like, we've got Albany, and that's going to get us ready for Pitt. And so,
and the Great Danes will get you ready for Pitt. That's right.
Yep. Yeah. So like, Puddles remains extremely optimistic about all of this. Like, during the game, we're trying to talk to him, and he's just, nope. He's occupying Planet Puddles and being very happy. He was sad that he did not earn podcast privileges tonight. So
We'll get him. We'll get him.
We'll get him eventually.
Let's then talk about other games that folks on this podcast care about significantly.
Hold
Pitt Girl.
Hold on. Can we just guess the Boston College and Florida State score so we can be wrong? I just want to do it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Boston College 24, Florida State 21.
Ooh, upset. Okay. Anybody else got anything?
right,
Beth
this
is
is-
like reaching deep here.
Well, I'm trying to decide how much Bill O'Brien-ness will have seeped into Boston College's just makeup. Because that's an important factor to consider here.
I think Boston College is pretty spongy and has probably already absorbed a good amount of Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, like, and those like fungal fibers, like they do penetrate deep. 17-14 Boston College.
Okay.
Ooh, that's 2 Boston College victories here. Okay.
That is approximately where I was going with this. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the funny thing,
Mhm.
and we can hope that the funny thing happens. 5-3.
Yep.
5. Who wins that?
Boston College. Boston
I mean, I think we all
yeah,
win.
we win.
We win.
all win.
It doesn't
We're
matter
all
who
three
wins that
us.
game if it's 5-3. As the latent Miami Hurricane fan, I hate to do this, but it's 33-19 Florida State.
Okay. You saved it. You saved us from the.
It's
Yeah,
ugly.
This
I-
way we can't game day ourselves.
No, it's ugly. It's weird. There's weird scores. There's missed extra points. There's 2-point conversions returned for touchdowns. But Florida State finds a 2-possession win with 33-19. I don't know where it is, but it happens.
Let's do some other personal reports from this weekend. Pitt Girl.
Yeah.
How you feel about the Kent State game?
Pitt offense fun now. Pitt offense good now. Not perfect, but like it doesn't make me want to jump into the Susquehanna anymore. So
Yay!
that's good.
Pitt defense, how good?
Pitt defense not as good as last year, still good-ish. That struggled a little bit with Kent State, but I would like to think that at least some of it's just like week one is week one, right? But we scored so many points. We scored 55 points. Also, special teams looks very good, and I think we're going to block some punts. So
Ooh.
get hype.
Get hype.
Okay.
The Pitt punt watch begins now.
Eli Holstein goes moo.
What is that? What is that? Explain that to me.
So Pitt has acquired a transfer from Alabama who was a very highly rated quarterback recruit out of Louisiana.
Yes.
His name is Eli Holstein.
Yeah.
And I will be making cow jokes.
Okay.
All season.
So again, like the cows, where's the cow coming in? What am I missing?
Holstein's the kind of cow.
Holstein is
Holstein's
a
the kind of
type
cow.
of cow.
It's
all right.
milk cow.
So,
Okay.
So think of the dairy daddies.
Okay.
That's a Holstein.
That's a Holstein.
Okay. All right. I
Fuck.
don't know.
Oh,
Pitt's
I'm
got
so
some dairy
happy.
daddies.
I was waiting.
You are utterly excited to learn that. But again, I don't know type of cows. Like I don't know types of dogs.
No, that's
or
fine. That's
cats
totally
or
fine.
whatever. Like
I don't know why-
I was like,
I-
where is the cow coming from? Why
I
do
think
they
the
keep
only
saying
reason I
moo?
know that
What the
Holstein's
hell?
the kind of cow, I think like this has to be like a quiz bowl thing or something like a latent like Trivial Pursuit knowledge for me. I don't know cow types.
How is this not a thing that you just ambiently know?
Really?
I grew up in New Orleans. We ain't talking about cows.
Commish, how old were you the first time that you saw a cow in person?
I think Pitt Girl and I were making identical expressions.
Yeah.
For the record, I also had to Google this.
Okay, so Arthur's got my back here, but like I think the first time I saw a cow in person was maybe at like the LSU Ag Fair when I was a sophomore in high school.
Oh
Holy
wow.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't.
you are the kind of person
like,
for
there-
which Farm City
there-
Day exists.
There ain't many cows wandering down Bourbon Street, man.
I grew up next to a farm. Like
Okay, see,
I walk out my front door, turn to the left, and I hit the barbed wire fence kind of
I
close.
was like,
Yeah, the house I grew up in had an air quotes English guy who had meat cows on one side, and then there was an Amish farm that grew corn on the other side.
See, again, this is a valid question for me. Like,
Yeah,
silly dwelling,
I
you know?
I totally get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen people keeping chickens around in the city. I've never seen someone keeping a cow in the city.
Well, zoning laws.
You know,
Yeah.
to me, cows are something you see it like on the highway between one destination and another, and your destination is well past wherever there are cows.
It's kind of just like, hey, look, cows. That's it.
I'm going to
You
put a pin in
move.
this, but we should go to the farm show.
We should.
Oh yeah.
Now it's an important educational venture.
Commish, do you want to talk about ULM's win?
Oh man,
Does that feel good? That feel good?
if you want to know, baby, 1-0. I was a little worried when Jackson State took the opening second half drive down for a touchdown to make it 14-14. And I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. But ULM, started moving the ball well. They were able to get a turnover, and that was big. And they got that turnover, and then they ripped Booty's jersey. Like, there was a horse collar. Like, Booty was scooting. Booty can scoot, apparently, a little bit. And Booty can move. He was rocking everywhere down the field in Malone Stadium. And so I love Bleacher Report was like, General Booty with his first touchdown pass for ULM. And then it gets like 10,000 retweets. It's like, is his name really Booty? And I'm like, yeah, pay attention to ULM. ULM mentioned, shout out to there. But the horse collar was so bad, it ripped his jersey, like his breastplate where it said Warhawks. It was like a deep V-neck. Like General Booty looked like Antonio Banderas. And like those SNL skits, it's like, oh no, General Booty, you're too sexy.
Muy caliente.
But I must.
Generalissimo Booty?
Generalissimo Booty. I'm gonna put the Booty rip jersey. But he was great. Like, he completed the passes. The coach's offense is kind of run based, and it's a weird like pistol with like an offset fullback to the right or to the left. And then I kind of like the run game, just like from identity wise. And we had like 2 bowling ball running backs, which they're not big. They're like 5'9", 5'8", like 230. And just like, you just can't tackle them. Like, you're trying to tackle them, but they're so low to the ground, and it's like Warhawks. They're playing, but low man wins, and they're just like driving runs, and it's great.
We do love a tiny running back with the density of a neutron star.
Yeah. Like they're like tiny running backs, but they're shifty, and they're not afraid to like you're trying to tackle them, and you're naturally taller than them. They'll just stick their helmet right into your chest and drive you back like 5 yards. It's an FCS game. Jackson State's very good. They're probably going to compete for the SWAC title, which is a nice thing. And to win 30-14, ULM did miss an extra point in hilarious fashion, which the hold was like flat. Like, the ball was flat on the ground.
Oh, like it was the laces were like pointing to the sky. Yeah, it was awful.
No, like the ball was flat against the ground. Like, you put the laces, the laces were to the sky, but the ball, the ball's on the ground, and he tried to kick it, and it went up, but then like it was like top spin, like a top spin, so it went underneath, and it made it 30-14, and I'm like, oh crap, it's still a 2-possession game. So I had to sweat out a little bit, but they held on like a 3rd and 44 with like 6 seconds left. And they got to win 1-0. I'll take it. The 10-game losing streak over. We'll take it.
Commish, I am willing to allow us to put a pair of sweatpants with a General Booty joke on the butt in our store.
Ooh.
If ULM makes a bowl game this year.
Okay. Booty joggers.
Yeah. Booty shorts.
Booty shorts. Booty pants, because it's wintertime. You want to be comfortable in those booty pants.
We just got a couple more games we're going to hit lightly on. I need Beth or Pitt Girl to tell me how many points Iowa scored this week, if you don't know.
Too many.
I know.
Way too many.
Like it was everywhere.
I was very confused.
40 points.
0.
How?
The stat of this game was in the last 2 seasons, Iowa's had 5 total touchdowns thrown to wide receivers.
Yeah.
They had 3
in this
yesterday.
game.
That's illegal.
In the second half, I thought.
In the second half.
Kirk Ferentz was not there to stop this.
The first half joke was that Iowa still looked like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And that like Brian Ferentz was being vindicated because Maryland was scoring so much. And then Iowa woke up and they just dropped the fucking hammer on Illinois State.
They won 40.
It was 6-0 going into half. And they won 40-0.
They dropped 34 in the second half. They still hit the under. Apparently the under was 41. Apparently the under was 41.
Depending on where you got it.
Depending on your book, I was like, most lines. I had to put
40
it
and a half.
Yeah, it still hit the
yeah.
under. I saw 40 and a half. I saw 41 and a half. It still hit the under in some books. Other books had 37 and a half. So it depending on your books, which is, there's so many different sports books. Like, it's ridiculous. Can I do a rapid fire rundown real quick?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Go.
All right. So UCLA at Hawaii, UCLA barely won.
This is good.
And then I had to explain that Hawaii's net is not see-through for the field goal. It's just like, it's on one sponsor, it's not see-through. The other side is Allstate. And so typically, like, the local Hawaii broadcast the field goal from behind on that side, but CBS didn't do it because this game was on CBS. So that's what happened there. UCLA won 16-13. North Texas scored the ever-living shit out of points. It was like 52-38. They beat South Alabama. Notre Dame, Texas A&M, whatever. You watch that game. We don't have to talk about it.
I didn't watch this game, and I found out the outcome of this game via a shit post about Ted Cruz being in attendance.
Well, there you go. That's all you had to find out about this game. Georgia State. Oh, go ahead.
I think r/CF college football, whatever CFB said, that if you had bet money line against Ted Cruz's appearance at games, you'd be 17-2, I believe.
Oh, is it 16-2, 17-2?
16, whatever it is. Yeah.
You'd be up a couple $1,000 if you'd have $100 every time.
Every time. That's right. So I want to give a shout out to Georgia Tech. No letdown. They beat Georgia State in the MARTA Classic or the MARTA Showdown. Nevada at Troy. Nevada beat Troy in Troy. 28-26.
They looked way better.
They did. They look a lot better there. Southern Miss at Kentucky. The game was called like after the second half. Like they just hit like the 5 innings mark, I would say. The game called in
2.5 quarters.
It barely 2.5 quarters. Not even 2.5 quarters. Game called 31-0 due to weather. We also had that Drake no contest 10-0, which I love that graphic. Old Dominion beats South Carolina. South Carolina beats Old Dominion. I apologize. South Carolina probably feels like they lost that game, but they won 23-19, and that was again kind of the trials and tribulations weekend there. ODU was feisty, but South Carolina pulled it out. ODU had a great touchdown where a wide receiver just shook the shit out of like every cornerback that South Carolina had. It was amazing. The only problem is like I had that happen to me in like flag football. So I feel for those South Carolina players. Western Michigan at Wisconsin on Friday. Western Michigan took the lead after they did the jump around, but Wisconsin was able to pull away. Another trials and tribulations. New Mexico at Arizona. This is a college scoregami. It finalized 61-30.
So I want to be clear here. Not just a college scoregami. One of our folks said they could not find another 11v11 football match that has ever ended in 61-39.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah. This game was absolutely amazing. It was fun to watch. The thing is that this game started like I think 45 minutes earlier than Washington State and Weber State.
Yeah.
Washington
Weber.
Washington's the Seattle one, Washington and Weber State. There's too many states. But Washington's game finished before the Weber State one. I mean, the Weber State, they finished before Arizona, New Mexico, because they just kept scoring. Like,
Yes.
Arizona had the wide receiver, like T-Mac, had over 300 yards receiving on 10 catches. He had like a 30.4 average. It was insane. Shout out to Devin Dampier of New Mexico. Amazing. Great. Clemson, Georgia, go to other podcasts. UTEP at Nebraska. Good for Nebraska. Shout out to, like, Nebraska went for it on the goal line. They didn't get it. UTEP stuffed them. They got a safety. Then they got a TD right after that free kick. So it kind of all worked out. And Nebraska won 40-7. They handled business. Fresno State at Michigan. You know, in our Big Ten preview, we said that Michigan would win around 30-something to 10-something, but everyone would hate the experience. Well, it happened. That's basically what happened. That's exactly like the score was not indicative of what occurred in that game, but that's exactly what happened. Western Kentucky at Alabama. TJ Finley didn't do well. Alabama good. 63-0. Crimson Tide beat the crap out of that. I want to give a shout out to Colorado State at Texas. Shout out to Coach Jay Norvell and a new level of paranoia, where he had somebody following him on the
in front of him. Yeah.
In front of him while he's calling plays to a headset, to not let like Texas people read their lips. And the funny thing is that they caught this when Colorado State was down 38-0 to Texas. Great. Arch Manning scores a touchdown on the ground and through the air. Shout out to there. Also, the Quinn Ewers no-look pass was very nice.
Oh, it was great.
Akron had a 3-0 lead against Ohio State. Had us dreaming of 1894 again. They did. They had us dreaming of that because that's the only time Akron has beaten Ohio State in 1894. That was 12-6.
Stop the count.
Stop the count. I just want to give a shout out to Akron's 10-play, 19-yard drive that took 6 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock, and it wound up in a punt.
Glorious.
A 10-play, 19-yard drive that went 6 minutes and 15 seconds and wound up in a punt.
That's performance art.
That's right. Really nothing remarkable. Howard at Rutgers, I really enjoyed like logging off of my computer and immediately watching Rutgers football. That was amazing. It was great. Shout out to Duquesne at Toledo. Toledo won that one rather handily, but we had a person in our Discord that went to the game. He was a Duquesne fan.
Friend of the show. Thank you for going to that.
That was great. It was amazing. Bowling Green started the year with a 100-yard kick return, and then they missed the extra point. I love you, Bowling Green. I love you so much. I love you. They handled Fordham perfectly.
They did
very
well.
Very well. Buffalo took care of the Leopards. I want to give a shout out to Lehigh against Army. Lehigh had one game that I'm probably going to put into the Sicko Substack. They had one drive. It went 15 plays, 69 yards, 8 minutes and 13 seconds, ending in an interception.
Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus.
The Mountain Hawks, they were down 28-7 when this occurred, and so they went 15 plays, 69 yards, 8 minutes and 13 seconds. So that is, I think, what I got right now, that is the longest time of possession in a game without scoring. That's there.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out.
That's tantric football.
There we go. There's tantric football.
Yeah. You definitely don't finish.
You don't
there.
score.
No, you don't finish. You don't finish the drive. You're playing the game, but you don't finish. All right. Moving on.
I thought you do finish eventually. Just it's like a long time away, and it's very good.
Maybe in week 4. Who knows? It's be a long way away for the Mountain Hawks.
Pitt Girl is hugging a pillow right now as hard as she can.
Hey, you want to call HR again, Pitt Girl?
No, this is my own fault.
All right, I'm gonna try to go through this quick. Portland State at Washington State. Wazoo won the game 70-30, but Wazoo had 4 2-play drives, a single 1-play drive, a 100-yard pick six, and dropped 70 on opponent for the first time since 1997. I believe
Hell
that was Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf?
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that
Stats?
would have been.
Okay. Shout out to Chattanooga for losing to Tennessee 69-3. Our beloved Sycamores got killed by Purdue. I want to give a shout out to North Dakota at Iowa State. This is the Sickos drive of the week. All right. The longest plays, longest time of possession, longest yards resulting in a score that I could find this week. If you find one longer than this, let me know. 23 plays, 88 yards, 12 minutes, and 24 seconds of possession
Jesus Christ.
for a field goal.
Oh.
Is this the Tetrix X one? You get the field goal?
If it goes on for that long and it ends with
a field goal?
"Woo."
Yeah, that's
I feel like you're doing it wrong. Yeah.
You're doing it wrong, yeah. You definitely at least need a touchdown.
Commish, can you read the safety alerts, please? Let's get
All
out
right,
of here.
Let's just get out of here with the safety alerts. Real quick shout out to Missouri State fighting hard with Montana. Colorado, ULM, Vandy, La Tech ended the longest losing streaks in FBS. Unfortunately, Kent State lost to Pitt. They're up to 10. They have the longest losing streak in FBS. Shout out to McNeese getting their first win since 2022.
Hell yeah.
First non-forfeit win. Shout out to McNeese. Out there in Lake Charles. We have 12 safety alerts. This is through D2 that I can find. Tennessee Tech got one on Middle Tennessee State. Nebraska got one on UTEP. Troy got one on Nevada. Michigan State got one on FAU. Idaho State got one on Oregon State. La Tech got one on Nichols. Georgetown got one on Davidson.
This game was 5-3 at one point.
At one point, Georgetown got one on Davidson. I think Georgetown won the game, I believe. Dayton got one on St. Francis, PA. That was the random wheel game that we had on our week 1 preview. Dayton got one there. New Mexico State got one on SEMO on a weird, questionable holding call that I don't necessarily know, but it helped New Mexico State win. So sorry, SEMO. UCF got one on New Hampshire. Midwestern State got one on Missouri Southern State. And Northwestern Missouri State got one on Minnesota State. I am so confused by those D2 schools. If you got a safety, you seem likely to win. If you got a safety this week in week 1, you were 8-4. So that is our Sicko safety stats of the week.
Folks, I think that's as much week 1 as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Arthur, what you got for us?
Okay, I have a bit of closing words here.
Okay.
This is from the NASCAR race, the Southern 500. This is from NASCAR writer Toby Christie. Quote, Reddick says that despite what was said on the radio, he held all puke and other stuff in throughout the race. Says he almost was hoping to get it out during the race to get it over with, but was able to hold off thanks to the pills from the team.